Hey folks, Alex here. Today we're playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. There are content warnings here. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist is suitable for ages 13 and older. Does not contain excessive violence or explicit sex, however it does deal with mature topics will be uncomfortable for some players. These are some of the following content warnings. So you have been warned. I am going to go in and tune this down just a little bit. There we go. Let's play. Wake up! Make up you wanted to. Wake to chaos. Confusion of light, heat and smoke. Fire. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here or what on Vertumna is happening. Something important you need to remember. Did I turn the volume down too low? Just a bit. Stomach lurches as the floor comes beneath your feet. Then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. I'm out. You try to stand, but one of your legs folds uselessly underneath you. It won't hold your weight. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight. Dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? Creature howls and lunges its jaws open. That was cool. You are born on the Stratospheric, Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the solar system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they rarely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertumna for and hoped that they could escape Earth's troubles. They had you the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they merged their cultures and traditions. They named you Lane. Oh, this is cool. I like this. How would I define myself in real life? I mean that, yes. This is probably a little closer to this. You're a bright-eyed child with an active imagination. Sometimes too active, your mom says. I really like this. You have vivid dreams of things you've never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Vertumna will be like. Every child on the Stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first signs of yours. Does it tell me what these do? Guess not. Professor Hal says kids learn fast because their brains are like sponges, but when people get older they can't absorb as much new stuff. Not for you. You're always learning and your curiosity knows no ends. So true. I'm gonna tweak the music again. There we go. Absorbent Brain 1. +1 skill on Brain Challenge when. Ooh, this is... It's like Citizen Sleeper, which I will finish. I promise. Sun Reasoning. Gained 1 memory. It's a card. The other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. Oh, these are characteristics on the names. Let me play this kind of like it would be me in real life, right? Growing up, I feel like the person who represents Ben the most, probably, I'd say like, I don't know, tough and gentle. You can read them. Cal is a sweetheart, always ready to play lend a hand or play a game. He and Tammy are just as inseparable. It's almost like you have two best friends instead of one. Cal teaches you how to take care of all the classroom plans. Your parents are very proud of you. Yeah. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor House says it's like a doorway to other star systems. The planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. Cal's strength. The day finally comes, it starts with a rumble. Then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather the nearest odds, just in case. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's going to be fine, Selene, your dad soothes. Be through the wormhole and down to the planet before you know it, just like we practiced. Mom gives him a sharp, worried look. Emergency lights switch on as the siren begins to sound somewhere distant in the ship. You breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. Look at a porthole. The stars are gone. When you're frightened, you get in touch with your emotions. You bawl like a baby. It feels good. You aren't the only one. Nearby, your classmate Tammy has tears streaming down her cheeks. Mars is trying to quietly console her. She sighs as you're crying, makes Tammy wail even louder. Your dad puts his arms around you as you let it out. Stress cry. You wait. The shaking builds. Plus 20 stress. Stress meter at the top. Rebellion. That's exciting. Then everything starts to get very weird. Always stretches, and you're stretching too. Arms impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Just the wormhole? You hear the distant, ominous squeal of metal giving way as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is the sense of deja vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know somehow that everything is going to be okay. Shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall headfirst. The blackout. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow. Lots of them. Different tomorrows. These tomorrows will lag your laptop out. You find yourself in a place that you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger, but also not a stranger, grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship shaking and stopped. You hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Gradually, your conscience reforms. You wake up, and the medbay. The medbed under you plays a soft tune and an automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. It may now be safely discharged. The fog lifts from your head. You realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright? Should I focus on the window? Something is definitely different. Round! Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the window. You peer out and see fields, glass-walled domes, and walls ringed by giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere, and people walking around outside, on the ground. You better get out and join them. Oh, we're going out, don't you worry. Ooh. Can I also move WSD? I can. Oh! Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarters behind her. You're awake. Are you all better? You better go see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. Walk, click on the ground, click here to stop on. Hello, father. Elaine! Your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother, I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He's clearly very worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Oh, you love your dad. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratosphere from the outside except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two, and parts taken off to form other buildings on the big wall around the colony. Once again, I'm deciding. Lower the music. Alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside it, dotting their way up the hill. It's beautiful. I'm glad you agree, he says. My mother and I, we've been waiting a long time to see grass and trees again, even if they are purple. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? Birthday. You honestly don't. You remind him you've been asleep in the medbay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what's in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. Open the package. How did you know this? Exactly as you imagined, as you dreamed. A feeling of panic rises in your throat. Your hand shakes. But how? Your dad notices. Are you okay, Soleil? He snaps his... I did not mean to do that. Fingers. Dr. Instant shouldn't have let you out so early. Sometimes the sleeping meds take a while to wear off. It might make your head feel funny for a few hours. You nod. Maybe that's all it is. Someone shouts your name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Soleil, he said. I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed and... He stops himself. Don't worry, we're going to fix it, your mother and I. Professor Hal is expecting you in classes, if you're feeling up to it. Your dad says, pointing west, wow, to the engineering wing, in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to the large doors you came out of earlier. Or you can relax in the quarters until you're feeling better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Selene. I love you. Give him a thumbs down. No, I love you too, Dad. How dare you? Your buildings, click on the door, the flag beside it, get close, push enter, another action button. Use an activity for the month to gain skills and advance 13 months a year, 10 years to the end of the game. Did I kill the music by accident? No, it's there. You see Dis sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? Seems to be watching the gate in the wall to the south, where the grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed to pass the walls, he says quietly without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need walls? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory, so strong you think you might faint. Imagine something crashing through the wall. Something enormous and dark and wriggly. Ooh. For years in space, you've half-remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through the wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Waking you from your daydream, Dis whispers, I think there are monsters out there. I believe you. No, you don't, he says. You're being sarcastic, I can tell. No one believes you. There's his back and ignores you. They're huge and wriggly and dangerous. Stop making fun of me, Dis pouts. You're as bad as Mars. That wasn't my intention. Well, shitballs. This is the geoponics, okay. greenhouses have different biomes inside, growing plants from Earth that might belong in a desert, jungle, or temperate forest. Some are so delicate you have to spray off any germs in an airlock before you can enter. The seasonal garden outside is dotted with blue nobodies, little flowers with what look like wriggling creatures stuck inside each one. A sign explains it's a decoy, meant to attract some kind of flying predator come to pollinate the flower. Do I have to push enter to go inside? Or no, that was inside. Okay. I understand. The garrison. A small team led by Security Chief Rhett was enough to keep the peace on the Stratospheric. To stay busy, they also ran the exercise gym and sports ball courts. Here in Vertumna, the garrison was expanded fast. They're building a huge wall around the colony and have an outdoor firing range and a big covered dojo. And best of all, a regulation-sized sports ball court. Very cool. That's... just highlighted it. Biology. Toughness, perception. Combat, oh boy. Hiya, Selene. Anemone, oh boy. Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball all around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you. It isn't cool, but it's still neat. You can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Snow spiral, she says, but earlier me and Cal made a big snow pal. You missed it while you were sleeping in medbay. She smiles her broad, gap-toothed smile at you. Once you're awake, we can play. Have you seen any monsters? Nope, just some little bugs. The grown-ups would say if there were monsters, right? She shrugs and smiles reassuringly. Even if there were monsters, Chief Red would beat them all up, so don't worry. My mom says we're safer here than we were in space. We both look over at the wreckage of the Stratospheric, the spaceship where you were born. Anemone's mom, Antecedent, is probably right about that. Look what the wormhole did to your ship. Why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School? I was wondering where everyone was. I'm gonna be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind, but we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you. No fair, she's getting a head start. This engineering? It is. Interesting. A low throbbing noise comes from this engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to teaching labs in medbay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of the swing's off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard, Selene. I'm gonna be best. Curious to see what else there's around. Or not doing this. Maybe I should. We'll see. Living quarters. The ship's quarters where everyone sleeps, eats, and hangs out. Private bedrooms are small. You share one with your parents, so colonists spend most of their time in the big common area. There's a lounge and cafeteria and a creche. Creche? I don't know. Where all the kids and little babies are raised. Running up the hill. Running up that hill. Manned. Manned is a warren of long hallways with doors off to nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hollering off to something important. The end of one hallway opens into the supply depot, which works as both requisitions office and general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth, now gradually being unpacked and distributed. Christ. Colony food shortfall, 100% low. Security rating, evaluating. Upcoming event will be hosting our first annual Vertumna Festival during the second month of Dust. Notice, take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Chief Surveyor Tonin. Current Council and Administration. Governor Udicott. Governor Udicott. Command. Chief Administrator C. Command. Chief Rhett Garrison. Chief Engineer Instance. Engineering. That's the doctor. Agronom, Chief Cultivator of Flulu, Geoponics, Chief Steward, Antecedent Orders, and then Chief Surveyor Melatonin Expeditions. Leave. Run away. Okay, I guess we're going to class now. Oh, you tell me what the benefits are. +2 biology, +1 reasoning, +15 stress. Humanities. Welcome, Selene. Professor Hell greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study glorious humanities. History, literature, language, media, and philosophy. And yes, if you're lucky, we'll have a little ancient earth poetry too. He seems excited about that last bit. By the way, if anyone is interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Congruence's scheduling system when you have a chance. She'll be helping me teach them. Yeah, I'd be more likely to take these classes in real life. Because I'm bad at science. Today's assignment is an easy one, Hal says with a yawn, because I was up late preparing Congruence's subterminal and could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay on what the Vertumna colony means to you. Something something French. List all the keywords you can think of to describe an ideal government. Did you say freedom yet? Although you aren't sure if the colony's government is a real democracy. You know the council votes on things, but you don't get to vote. And who chooses the council members anyway? Governor. Rebellion. Governor? Who chooses the governor? The council? You may just be a kid. You can tell something's missing here. Get to work. When you go to worker class, you'll play a quick card challenge as the month passes. Move cards to fill the 5 panes to make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. That's important. Your total and the circle on the right reaches the goal value you win. Depending on your card, some challenges can't be won, but you still get a reward for doing your best. Bonus for flushes. Okay, Bellagio. Very cool. Same color together. Bonus for pairs. Same number together. Bonus for straights, increasing left to right. More cards in a flush pair straight, the higher the bonus added to your card total. Cards can affect each other. So what I'm hearing is I want to do wondering, followed by this thing, followed by discovering, followed by first steps. Boom. Because these are a thing. So 3 of a kind. It's 1 for collectibles. Flush of 4. Your work filled this month. +1 creativity. Let's go. Your skills increase when you go to work or go to school. Extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Work also increases stress. Prevents you from working if it reads 100. Take a month off. Relax in the quarters wing. Creativity, stress, kudos. Ah, I see. Right there. Parents have been working from first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away. There seems to be something more than that. Such a change from growing up on the stratospheric, when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mother watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How you been holding up? I learned stuff in school. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, stay out of trouble. Also, don't forget to hydrate, which you're going to do just now. We love water. If you don't like hydrating, I will find you. Your dad smiles. Professor Hal will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend it at the depot once you're open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom, I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school's just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or by helping a friend. Mom shakes her head and sighs, so you can agree she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment. We're going to do things differently than on Earth. Old enough to start making your own decisions about education in the future, and if that means finding your own way, we'll accept that. Dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Sorry, I'm moving the microphone. And I just knocked one of the legs off. Amazing. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas for how you spend time. I'm a geoponics. We can use your help. Shovel dirt. Early quiet. Mid quiet. Quiet season age 10. That's concerning. Implies a loud season that will exist. Anemone is bumping a sports ball with her wrist, trying to keep it in the air. Volleyball? What does this say? Toughness 10 or greater. Oopsies. Hello? Heads up, she shouts and bumps the ball in your direction. Think fast. Bounce it back. Bounce the ball back and forth, trying to see how many times you can get a rally going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball court. Proper regulation sized court, way bigger than the 0G one on the stratospheric. Brother Calm is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything, especially spiking. Coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Sports ball in the garrison is now unlocked. Very cool. We'll probably go shoveling. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Selene, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. The spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. You like running around in it. Could you fetch them for me? Okay. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just downhill near our quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to take a few steps from the door. Most of these hide inside and make sweets. I mean, nothing wrong with bacon. You are not Tammy. No. Just looks at his feet and does something. That's fine. You do whatever you want, dude. Where is... Ah. Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling at herself. She startles as you approach. Hello, Selene. She says, putting her hand to her chest. You need something? I'm here for Mars's soy sweets. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. An order of mango soy sweets, made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars she can have the scarf back, okay? Use some of her kudos to not print it for me, because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. That's cute. I talk to you again? Oh. Fuck. You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance of the lounge. You've known her for, well, your whole life. Back on the ship you were... study partner, sure. Tammy was awful, just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of an English queen, and Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty. Facts go in out, and in one of her huge ears and not back out the other. No matter how hard you tried, she never seemed to improve. Her ears perk up hopeful when she sees you. Selene, I was wondering if you could help me with some homework. Of course. Oh, thank you. Did I just -1 reasoning? Ow. She bounces up and down. She spends a couple hours trying to teach her the difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions. One makes heat, one absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails a test or gets an answer wrong. It's inspiring, even though sometimes you feel like you're getting dumber after studying with her. Ouch. That's kind of how I feel about science, I won't lie. Sometimes it just doesn't stick. Hello, my little potato, your dad exclaims warmly. Oh my goodness. What have you been up to today? Just hanging out with my friends. That Cal's a good boy, he says. Have you seen Anemone? She's been out by the garrison playing sports ball. I think she's spent every day outside since we landed. He chuckles to himself. That's what happens when you get enough brothers making a sports ball team. He breathes deeply and looks around slowly. Autumna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouts, throwing his hand wide. I miss seasons. Back on Earth, we got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. We just wait until dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky, and it'll be real hot then. You see. You'll see. You will see. Hello, Mom. Find your mom, hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. Seen these plants pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. Their geodesic domes will house more delicate plants from Earth. Spinach, tomatoes, even fruit. To swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do, she asks. Remember, Selene, you're responsible for how you own schedule now that we landed. I can read. You can decide how to your time, so long as it's productive. Points towards an engineering wing in the back half of the stratospheric severed frame. Professor Howe's still expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes a practical application. You're old enough to help with the work around here. Claps her hand on the shoulder. Got another minute. Anything you need to know? I'm doing the quarters. If you need a break, you can lounge, see your friends. I don't want to see you lunging all the time. Doing geoponics. Nudges the sprout growing between her feet. Green, the color of earth plants. We're doing our best, but it hasn't been easy. I hope the potatoes and corn can handle every weather here. It rains like hell in the wet season. She takes a long look at you up and down. You're growing fast, Selene, but you're still too young for real farming. Instead, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. Seeing her disappointment, she nudges you on the shoulder. Don't pout, it'll help build those muscles. You'll need them now that we're out in the real world, doing real work. Out here, we need to rely on our physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Your mom is really strong. Studying engineering. Al's teaching classes on life science, engineering, and humanities. If you pass all your tests, maybe he'll let you work there in a few years. Other things you're old enough that school is optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you. She gestures to the fields. We need every pair of hands we can get. You want to work with me here in geoponics? I suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp of biology and ecology, I'm going to stick you on shovel duty. It's the garrison. Chief Red is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play back on the ship, didn't you? You're different here with the planet's gravity. All the colonies and the adults in the colony. Rat and your mom are the most like soldiers you've seen on a holovid. For a moment, you think your mom's going to suggest something else. She shakes her head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that just yet. Enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. What's going on at command? I think Zeke said they need someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're also setting up a shop there if you've got kudos to spend. That's where Governor Udicott works, but you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman, doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. You try not to giggle, your mother isn't usually known for her patience. You're too young to leave the colony as dangerous. Your father would be worried. She shakes her head. So much we don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out, and maybe you can join them in a few years when you're older. Zio stern look, she isn't going to budge on this. For now, stay on the walls. Okay, bye. Do that. Mars puts out a hand expectantly. Give it here. Oh. I ate them all. That's fucked up. Here it is. I have the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good psychic, doing everything I say. Opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip. Oh, and administrative streaks. She's looking for delivery jobs at the depot. I don't want to do it because you running around out there. No. Go through here and tell them I referred you. Organizing is not even close to greater than 10. What do I need to do for you? Level dirt. +3 toughness, +5 kudos. Yeah. The first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Oh boy. Good morning, Selene. Looks like you'll be working for your old lady. Hope you don't expect me to go too easy on me just because you're my son. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden, waste, and equipment from one place to another. This really is like real life. Comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. I didn't have a wheelbarrow, though. No way question to start moving that dirt. Why not use hydroponics? The ship grew most of her plants with the roots in the water because it was more hygienic that way, your mom replies. Brushes an insect off her arm, which lets out a loud squeak of objection. Hydroponic system use too much energy. We have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. But I move it again? From over there to there. Points to a dirt pile, pointing to an identical pile. She sees your confusion. There's some very special precious soil from Earth on the ship, all full of nutrients, bugs, and bacteria plants need to grow, but it was lost in an accident. They make it from scratch using vermin. Oh god. Vertumnum soil, part of the process. Don't we have machines for this? Construction crew claimed all the hover lifts, she says, shrugging. We'll break down in a few years anyway. We don't have the materials to fix them. She grips your forearm. We're planet side now. Use your muscles. Nature's hydraulic pistons. Let's get to work. That's my boy, your mom says, slapping you on the back. You stumble a little. That's cute. This is gonna go poorly. Yep. Arms start to ache after the first hour of work. Half hour of work, you keep going. End of the month, you feel utterly exhausted and drained. But somehow you feel your muscles growing already. Let's start with a stress cry. Followed by you. Yep, and finish it off with Cal Strength. Very cool. Win. Very well this month. +1 toughness. +1 kudos. 1 friendship with Cal, +15 stress. We're gonna have to rest. We get a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, not always. This morning you were sure Professor Hal was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. You didn't, though. Professor Hal walked away, his hash browns safe for today. Mars called you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. That's Tammy, so the last person we saw was Mars. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shredded body into the colony recycler. Everything seems so real, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. What if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick, or that you're sick and need to go to the med bay. Eventually you decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? You want people to worry. Your parents already have something, so much on their minds already. You have a feeling something is happening at Geopanics they want you to know. You don't understand, but when they come home at night, they look really sad. You don't want to make that worse. Keep to go in classes and stay out of trouble would be easier for everyone, yourself included. Oh boy, that's how I feel about real life. Not making trouble. Hello, Cal. Cal is running around the Geoponics garden on his hoverboard. He has a hoverboard. The board comes to a sudden shuddering stop. Oh my god, tongue twisters. Sudden shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off but catches his balance before you'd start. Hi, Selene. Real ground is way harder to hover on than ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. You'll have to adapt. Yeah, Cal exclaims. Things are actually way better planet side. Hovering outside is rad. Look at this. He runs over a small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this. It's called a skate bowl. Can I try? Sure, but please be careful. My mom says if we break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. Take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get enough speed, going down one side, come back up the other. You don't learn any tricks. It's hard enough just staying on the board without any ground, but it's still fun. Need to break soon. Yep. Ow. Who are you? Anjin is hunched over her hollow palm, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Hal wants us to prep a list of native fauna with pictures. We got a catalog on the colony HoloNet, but I can't find it anywhere. Help you find the catalog. Launch your own hollow palm. Searching the colony's HoloNet archives for the list of vertumnal plants and animals. 10 minutes later, you find it buried underneath the survey logistics in that expedition's net. Anemone passes by and pulls a face at the two of you. Hey, hollow nerds! She shouts. School's over. Come play sports ball in the sunshine. Tank just rolls her eyes. If I talk to Tammy again, what happens? Form a random act of kindness. Tammy's barely left the safety of the ship's quarters since you landed. Not fearfully from the doorway. I'm afraid of the outside she meant playing with, no trace of shame. This doesn't need to take baby steps, and it's okay if I take things at my own pace. I need to go. My character's even stressed out in his portrait. +1 friendship with Tammy, -100 stress, forget memory, optional. Nice to take some time off. Let's do. I'll get to it eventually. Well, on your hollow pump, 3 blue is pretty good. Take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work. Not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. You're not the only one who needs some downtime. Let's join Cal and Tammy. Cal is braiding Tammy's long hair and weaving in strands of little bubbles. Colored baubles, not bubbles. This one's called a waterfall braid, I think, he says. I saw it in an archive vid, but it's really tricky. Creativity is B. Doing a terrible job of it. His short, clumsy fingers getting all tangled in strands. I'll do Cal's hair. Behind him as he's behind her, like a mini conga line. You braid some short strands of Cal's hair, put in one of the little baubles, each one end. Finishes Tammy's hair. It's almost recognizable as a waterfall braid. He touches his own braids and giggles. Now we'll do yours, they shout in unison. You jokingly try to escape, but Cal sits in your legs while Tammy gives you a beautiful braid. Relaxing, you took the month off. Do you want to forget? What do I see in my memories again? Here? And it kind of just draws random ones when I do the thing. Keep adding your deck as you age. You can pick cards by spending time relaxing. Limited number of gear slots based on your organization and other quest skills. You can equip. Collectibles can be given as gifts to friends, used during challenges. For items on the ground while exploring. Oh, it's really cute. It tells you who did all the art. That's so cool. I love that. Wow. Oh, my voice is gone. That's delightful. Let's, Jesus Christ. We have the 000s. What the hell just happened to my voice? Did water help? A little bit. What the hell? Let's not forget anything yet. Keep your memories. Late quiet. Hello? I'm pretty sure that's lagging terribly because it's coming off my my external hard drive. Oh god, not pollen season. Anything but pollen season. You're minded. Bonus when increasing skills. Talk to Tang. Hello? I can't talk right now. Reasoning 20 or greater. My reasoning is not. Tangent says, brushing you off. I'm working on my science fair project. I'm going to show them off during the Vertumnalia Festival, which will be held in Dust. I have very little time. Please leave me alone. Okay. This game is really cool. Everything about what's out there could be anything we don't know. I'm stuck here pushing dirt around. Sad. I'm good. The suns, they're so warm. Cal lifts his face to the sky, his eyes closed. The blue one's just kind of warm, he continues, but the yellow one's like a heater in the sky. They grow lights in Strato. They grow lights in Strato wood bright. They're never hot like this. It's so nice. Okay, so I assume I can't do anything because no one's got a bubble thing. Oh, I should go see if I can buy anything with my kudos. That's an egg. Hefty red Xeno egg. Oh, that's not gonna go poorly or anything. Oh, hello. Hello? You step cautiously through the colony gates. Hey there, kiddo. Uncle Tonin blocks you with a smile. I'm afraid expeditions is off limits for now. It's not safe out there for kids. You better toughen up so you can join the squad when you're older. See the map. Oh boy. I'm sure this will be more important later. Oh god, the float cow. Some creatures are lighter than air due to large helium sacs on the dorsal and ventral sides. Careful balancing of helium, urine levels in the Popeye. Harmless, but can be fierce in groups. High intelligent and predatory, it's manticore. Hoping there would be images, but I suppose it's just a surprise for later. Which is concerning. Let's go to the notice board. Never mind, I can't buy anything with kudos yet. In that case, let's go back to school. I can register for engineering class as well. Using Congruence's HoloNet scheduling system is almost like a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating the confusing interface, but manage to add your name to a list of drop-in students. And this gives me points to engineering. Yep, engineering at 1 for organizing. Awesome. Now eligible to join tangents on the older students in engineering class. I want to join engineering class. That actually kind of is more so up my alley than all the rest of this stuff. Let's see. Biology, reasoning and engineering. Creativity, persuasion. Do engineering. Professor Howe rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. Biology and chemistry are the wet sciences, then engineering must be a dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. We'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Save for physics, I'm pretty good. Pretty good with the rest of all the stuff. Engine raises her hand. We'll also be learning about nuclear engineering, she asks. Mr. Howe nods. Yes, the beginner level. We'll have an overview of atomic theory, then take a field trip to the engine room to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. That's cool. That's lag. Looking for more difficulty. Our card challenge is optional. Keep you on your toes. Want to focus on the story, replace future games. Coin flipped. That's really cool. You can change it at any time. Push through with stress. Ooh. Oh, thank you. +1 to a card. Change suit to red. What if I don't want to? What if I want to do 4 of a kind? Boink. Let's go. Worked well. +1 engineering. Oh, +4 engineering. Wow. Look at me. Excelling so well. Wake up from an afternoon nap. This is another vision? Maybe not. You squint into the pink-tinged lamp slanting through... Pink-tinged light slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Emmy's shadow falls across your nest of pillows. Oh, I'm sorry, Selene, she says, giggling. I didn't mean to wake you up. It's just so nice outside with the pollen sparkling in the sunlight. I wanted to open the windows. You rub your eyes blearily. Ugh, you're having the weirdest dream. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Aunt Sedence is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the creche first. I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Emmy skips off towards the creche, humming to herself. Go ahead, I want the candy. The fun fact about the cotton candy, well, not specifically cotton candy, but raccoons wash their food before eating it. There's a video of a raccoon picking up cotton candy and going to wash it, and it just dissolves in its hand, and it's so sad. The cafeteria, Aunt Sedence is cheerfully handing out masses of pink candy, puffy and fluffy like clouds, soft like clouds. Oh my god. What's Lane, she says, handing you a wand of candy with some candy spun around the end. Here, chums, sit down to this. You used to have it on Earth. You pull off a piece and give it a taste. So sweet at first that your mouth puckers. You've never tasted anything so sweet and so real. It's not at all like the soy sweets that the kitchen nano printer can make. It melts in your mouth, leaving a gritty residue on your tongue. I love cotton candy. I almost lost my thumb to a cotton candy machine once. Wait until everyone's gone, but the Hammy never shows up. You look down at the cotton candy in your hands. It's a little wilted from the humidity, but it's kind of like your hair. Her hair, you think. Pale pink and so soft. Keep some to give her later. Relax in your family's quarters after dinner. Your mom had to run off on some kind of council business. Your dad and you are playing a hollow game together. Just about ready to head off to bed, and your mom returns. You can tell from the defeated slant of her shoulders something has gone terribly wrong. Dad starts to ask what's happened, but she waves him away and approaches you. She sits down and takes your hand, holding it between her two strong, dirt-greased ones. Blaine, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, she starts. Her mouth quivers as she swallows. Her next words. There's an accident afternoon. In the creche. Your classmate Tammy has died. What the fuck? Fucking 10-year-old. You try to understand her words. Tammy? Dead? That's not possible. You suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to get Tammy. Pink and fluffy, just like her hair. Put your hand in the pocket to go get it. What comes out is a dark red, sticky dark red lump of hard goo. You stare at it, your mind blank. Mom tells you as simply as possible that Tammy was killed by an electric shock from a broken hollow projector. Just an accident. You press her for more, an explanation. Little girl is dead, someone you grew up with, someone so much like you. She wasn't sick or anything, you just saw her this morning. She was right there. Why? Mom's eyes are sad when she tells you. Sometimes there's just no reason why. You aren't used to dealing with death, and you don't know what you're supposed to say. You sort of mumble okay, and get changed and crawl into bed a full hour before your bedtime. You try to fall asleep, but you toss and turn from it. You eventually drift off to fitful dreams of that small, red, sticky lump of cotton candy. What the fuck? Anemone is chucking rocks at the strato, sending metallic clangs ringing throughout the colony. Stupid planet, she yells. Stupid creature, stupid spaceship. She bends down to pick up another rock when instead just sobs and braces her hands on her knees. Stupid everything. Why'd she have to die? It's not fair. Kids aren't supposed to die. You believe Tammy died? Dis asks morbidly. I heard Chief Engineer Instance tell someone about it. He lowers his voice. Tammy got shocked by a broken hollow projector. One in the crease with the dancing teddy bear, you remember? She touched it, she got shocked all the way across the room. The sailing motion with his hand, and bam, she was dead before she even landed. This suddenly looks embarrassed. I mean, it's too bad she's gone. She was nice. Sleeve is an oversized jacket. That's kind of a cool way to die. I think that's the craziest fucking part, is that it's capturing, like... Not every 10-year-old understands what death is. Thing is pacing around in front of engineering. She looks upset. It shouldn't have happened, she says. Tammy's what happened to Tammy? It shouldn't have been possible. There was no reason for the hollow projector to break. Professor House said it was recently serviced, nothing was wrong with it before, gestures angrily. Blew up for no reason. No one would have wanted to hurt her, so why? Oh, it doesn't add up. Sorry, Selene. I want to think about it some more. I hate when I can't find the answer. I was sitting in your mom's flower garden with his face in his hands. He's clearly been crying all morning, and probably all of yesterday too. He and Tammy were really close. Maybe you guys used to play house in the creche. Tammy was always the mommy and Cal was the daddy. Even though you were just little kids, you kind of always giggled about how obviously they were going to be together forever. Like a princess and a knight. Are you okay? Yeah, he sniffs, looking up at you. See how puffy and red his eyes are. I mean, no, not really. That's just what people want me to say, right? I mean, I always like these flowers, he mumbles. Sometimes I picked some for her. He rinses his hand over the pretty white flowers. Don't tell your mom, okay? Ears well up. and slowly leak out of his eyes. He doesn't even blink, just stares at the flowers as tears run down his cheeks. Try to give him some. Mars is staring into space, looking somber. Doesn't even notice when you come up beside her, and barely reacts when you say hello. I'm thinking about Tammy, she says quietly. She used to sit down there in that same spot in the sun. Every morning she'd sit there for hours in the sun, doing nothing, just being happy. She stared down to the hill, the spot near the entrance to the quarters. Imagine her working there, on some little craft project humming herself. See, in the real world it's only been 50 minutes. We've known this character for 30. But it still hurts. And to these characters it's been not just the 3 months we've played through, but their entire lives. I miss her too. Now she's dead, Mars says, making a face. How's that for fair? Of all the people, how come it had to be my friend? You don't have an answer. I've never heard Malls call Tammy her friend before, but of course she was. Tammy's was everyone's scared little sister, even though she was older than most of you. Mars clicks her tongue. Oh yeah. Administrator Seek is looking for you. I guess they need someone to do a delivery job. She begs vaguely at the door behind her, distracted by her thoughts. Your dad gives you a hug. Sorry you're feeling blue, Selene. Things will start to look. Your mom pats your shoulder encouragingly. I'm so sorry, Selene. It looks like he hasn't been sleeping. I'm sorry, you shouldn't be out here. Our children are so young and so precious. So fragile. At least near the ship. Poor man. -1 from anymore. Yeah, no shit. That's fucked up. Colony is going to hold a funeral for Tammy. Do you want to attend? If you don't feel up to it, you can skip it and take another month off instead. Get back to work. Say Tammy who? That's so fucked. Yes, I'll attend. Colonists gather in the recycling room. Bringing organics down to be recycled here is one of your chores, but you've come in here for a funeral twice. Both times the colonists passed away from natural causes during the 20-year journey from Earth. This is the first time there's been a funeral in Vertumna. The first times for someone you actually knew. The mouth of the organics recycler has been polished and a wreath of yellow flowers has been placed over the opening. Inside, you can see a shredded figure. Emmy's small and fragile body. Emmy's dad, Uncle Tonin, is here, as well as your parents and Antecedent and the rest of the council. Cal is here with his mom and her partners, already crying in her arms. The room is packed with people, and the feeling of grief is so thick it tastes in your mouth. Governor Utica stands before the assembled crowd. There are no words to ease the pain we feel today. She begins solemnly. There is only the sad company of those left behind to share the burden of that grief. Tammy was our child, she continued. One of the first humans to be born in space, and the first to die on an alien planet. In her short life, she exemplified the very arc of human accomplishment, heading hopefully towards life beyond our humble Earth. She was the first of us who can truly call Vertumna home. Her passing was as senseless as it was sudden. Lessons like this are impossible to hold within oneself, a painful reminder that life is impossibly precious and fragile. They also remind us, as always, that as a community, we are capable of great strength. Yurika closes the door to the cycler. You hear Uncle Tonin sob over the hum of the particle disintegrators beginning their work. As a community, we remember Tammy. Community, we return her body to the soil that nourishes us. This way, Tammy, our child from the stars, will never be truly lost to us. The ceremony is adjourned, but a few people stay back to console Uncle Tonin as he keeps vigil over the recycler. Cal and Uncle Tonin hold each other and weep openly. Her mom stays behind to receive Tammy's remains. As head of geoponics, she'll be responsible for adding them into the colony's precious supply of brown soil from Earth. Your dad accompanies you out of the recycling room. Clears his throat. I want you to know you don't need to be okay, he says, clasping his warm hand on your shoulder. Once you take the rest of the month off, everyone's going to understand. Take the month off. Prospect of going back to school like everything is normal is just too much to handle. You end up spending the whole month alternating between sleeping, scrolling the holonet, and staring into space. It's stressful at least, and everyone gives you the time you need to process Tammy's death. Early dust. I think with that, we're gonna leave this video here. Go fucking play this game. Go play I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Go do it. I'll see you all next time. Hasta luego.